Yes.
You know, it's been trending since, I believe, Wednesday or so, when we heard James Edem Agbana speak to some media houses and telling them that even though he has an appointment letter to start work as an MD of SIC, he's gone there, he's met some of the staff, but his personal office has been locked. So he can't have access to his personal office. He's been trying to reach Hollister. She's not answering her call. He spoke to some of the board members, and they also said they didn't know what was happening. And then a day after, he decided to file a suit in court, challenging how the contract was terminated, and even the processes the processes leading up to the appointment of James Edem Agbana. Now, but that's just one side of the matter, because that side, for a lot of people, highlights a number of issues. One which has to do with corporate governance issues, also corporate governance and even the procedures, you know. And then, of course, contractual obligations. Of course, there are also issues about the role of extended or external authorities or external forces, especially when it comes to managing public listed companies, you know, which has been a matter which has always come under public scrutiny and public conversation. Now, what do you make of this? Let me just simply put it.
Okay.
You've been following it too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've been following the story.
Yes.
And,
but there's another interesting twist to the matter. When you're done, I'll raise
so
it.
let me first congratulate our brother
James Edem Agbana.
James Edem Agbana.
Yeah.
I think that he's one of the young men who has served this party very well, and his humility for me is very key. I have had some calls from workers or staff at SIC who expressed gratitude to President Mahama for appointing James Edem Agbana, because according to them, they know and they have seen his level of humility, and that is what they expect that he will bring on board, because not to really focus on the outgoing MD, but some of the commentary from the place may vindicate why you can read from the papers that some staff are asking her expecting her to hurry up and leave. Because you see, I always tell people that when you are given the opportunity to serve, one key thing is that you ought to be humble. Humility in service is very key. So James, I believe, will do very well, because of his ability to learn, handle complex situations, emotional intelligence, all of that. So congratulations to my brother James. Moro, the Companies Act gives shareholders the opportunity or the mandate to appoint their directors. And so the power to appoint or remove directors rests with the regulation of the company. So for every company, they have a unique set of rules that guides how these appointments are made, and under what conditions anyone could be removed. Now, when you read the letter that appointed
James Edem Agbana.
No, that appointed the outgoing
Hollister.
Yen to me.
Yen to me.
One party, they have one to me and Yen to
no,
me.
No, it's Hollister G. Yen to me.
Yen to me. Okay, so we have one to me and we have Yen to me.
Well,
okay, so
what has the party got to do?
No. In the same party, you have one to me and Yen to me. Is that on the right note?
I am today met
from today, NS is meant.
I am now met to me.
So back to the issue.
Yeah.
So if you look at the letter that appointed her, it wasn't at a board resolution that she got appointed. It is the same power that government, as the majority shareholder in SIC, use their mandates to appoint you as the chair.
But she says that she was appointed by the board.
Did you read the appointment letter?
Oh, do you have it? No, I'm more ready to see the appointment letter.
There are copies of her appointment letter.
Okay.
All over the place. I have seen her appointment letters even on social media.
Yeah.
If you can give me a few minutes.
Okay.
Where's the Accra mayor? He's the one that has the receipts of all of these things. when you read, I'll get to the letter. When you read the letter, she benefited from a similar exercise of power from President Akufo-Addo. And
Okay, so good. So Annie has just sent me the letter.
Very good.
So I can forward it
So
to
you can project it.
Okay,
You can
so
even
fine.
project it for
Annie,
all of
please
us to
project
look
it
at
if it's possible. Please project it. Let's read it and see
Exactly.
whether there's a difference between
That
this
and-
appointment letter and that of James Ejenim Boateng.
Exactly.
Okay, so Annie, I think it will be interesting for us to show both James Ejenim Boateng's appointment letter and her appointment letter. And then we'll see what the difference. So once that is done, we'll read it. But
Because
please
you
go
see-
ahead. Yes.
Because you see, government is the majority
Why do you want
shareholder.
to see this appointment letter?
It would help enrich
government-
it.
I want
government
to
is
see Edem's own when it comes.
Government is the green letter. Government is the majority shareholder
Okay.
in the State Insurance Corporation. And government has appointed a new managing director. I think it is only proper for her to hand over peacefully. But you see,
Okay.
I do not even want to go into the legalities yet.
Yeah.
Her attitude, the audacity to lock up the office. Is that right? Even if, okay, assuming without admitting that it was illegal,
Or the appointment didn't follow due process.
the appointment did not follow due process.
Yes.
What audacity do you have to lock up the office, took the keys away, and say you have refused to before even proceeding to court? You knew that as a lawyer, court was an avenue for you to seek redress, and yet you took the law into your own hands, locked up your office, and wanted to apply Takashi before you even proceeded to court that you were suing. I think that some of these things are unacceptable and must not be encouraged anywhere. And I am happy on this particular issue. I have seen and read articles and commentary from many NPP folks who condemned her and asked her to hand over and go. Because these characters, some of these characters, must not be allowed anywhere near public office. Because you benefited from a similar exercise of mandate from the President Akufo-Addo, and you were appointed. Your tenure is, a new president comes in, the majority shareholder decides that this is the person that can best lead my agenda in the State Insurance Corporation. So hand over and leave. As a lawyer and somebody who respects the law.
Okay, good.
The only option, yes.
So Edem, so
This was the
let's
appointment
do
in
this.
2023.
Let's do this. So as you can see it,
That is enough.
appointment of managing director for SIC Insurance Company Limited. The president has nominated Ms. Hollister Duayen to me for appointment as the managing director of SIC Insurance Company Limited. Right? Now, it says Ms. Duayen to me's appointment should take effect from the first day of January 2024. Kindly take the necessary steps to implement the said appointment in accordance with the Companies Act 2019 Act 992 and the regulations of the company.
Yes.
Attached to this letter is Mrs. Duayen to me's curriculum vitae. Please accept the president's best wishes. And that's
So
come
who
from
made-
Nana
so-
Bede to Asante,
great. So who made the
Secretary to the
nomination?
President. So that's Hollister's appointment
Great.
letter.
So who made the
So Annie,
nomination?
please, can we see that of
Is it not the
Ejenim
president?
Boateng? Yeah, there's a president.
Great. Now let me tell you.
Okay.
There is a reason why
Okay.
all the appointments that President Mahama has made so far, they describe the individuals as acting
Yes.
MDs.
Yes.
And so when you go to Tor, Mr. Edmond Combat has been appointed as acting managing director of
Of
Tor.
Tor, yes.
When you go to NIA, Yaria Koku has been appointed as acting CEO or executive secretary of the National Identification Authority.
Yes.
You go to DVLA, Nikwe Logas has been appointed as acting. Why? Because when the nomination is made, there is a procedure that is followed before the appointment is formalized for them to take. So they have to go to the public
Commission service.
public commission, public workers,
Public
commission,
Services Commission.
Services Commission,
Yeah.
for it to be regularized.
Yes.
And so James has been appointed or nominated by President Mahama as acting, the same process that you benefited from. And so, why are you all of a sudden trying to cause trouble all over the place, lock up the office, which is even illegal, because it is not your family's property, it is not your family's inheritance, it is a state property. And the power rests in the President of the Republic. who leads the executive body, and government of Ghana, being the majority shareholder, has the mandate to decide those who will constitute the board. And SIC is not the only listed company. We've had appointments made to GCB. We even went further to appoint board chairman, the venerable Professor Alabi, as board chairman for the GCB board. Did you hear that the outgoing MD of GCB locked up the offices and refused to give the keys to the incoming MD? Did you hear that anywhere? SIC is not the only listed company. So why do we even want to have a conversation around that attitude or that intolerance from the lady, from the outgoing CEO, locking up the office? This is even for me the issue we should be discussing. You are a lawyer. If you believe that there is a cause in law for you to challenge the appointment of your replacement, what you do is to go to court.
Yeah.
Not for you to lock up a state property and refuse to hand over the asset. I think that some of these people...
I mean, what for me surprises me is that if you knew... I mean, and you know what? She's a practicing legal practitioner, or she's been practicing law for 20 years.
The audacity.
And she's served in so many capacities.
Why are you so worried?
And for somebody who has been, a private legal practitioner for almost 20 years, you know the forum to go to when you feel that your matter has not been dealt with.
Exactly.
Legally. But for you to lock
the office.
When you know that you go to court. So Charlie, hand over the keys and go to court. So something doesn't add up.
It simply doesn't add up. And I'm happy she has gone to withdraw. I'm told she has withdrawn the case. I hope by this morning she will open the office and allow James to enter his office and then begin work. We are in a hurry to perform.